Boom, 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 boom. We are here. Welcome. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to spend just a little bit of time with me here on the flip side. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. My name's Sam. You are on the flip side of board games. And I'm actually, if my timing is correct, I'm actually cannibalizing my own review over on the Dice Tower. It goes up at now, and because they schedule it for 4 p.m. Eastern time, so you can go check that out afterwards, or maybe you're going to come here after you watch that. That's fine as well, because those are the only two videos on the interwebs right now. Just kidding. I know they aren't. Matthew Vincent is here. Matthew, thank you for joining me, Matthew. I got your sticker. Actually, stickers. I got you a new sticker and an old sticker of the old logo, both in the same box with an extra little surprise in there too. I got yours, S. Mormons, and Nuno Rebello's packages all mailed out this morning. We tried to do it last night, as I said I was going to. Full disclosure. But we got to the UPS store and they said, hey, we can't do that. I was like, well, what are you talking about? We thought UPS stores handle USPS. Nope, we don't. Well, the other one does. Well, we don't. Okay then, thank you. Appreciate it. At that point, we had to get to my son's football practice, so we didn't have any more time, and they were closed by the time practice was done. So, I got him out first thing this morning. So, it's on the way, bro. Thank you for being here as well. All right, today we're going to be doing a live review. Why a live review, cousin? Why not a edited one or a... Because it'll hurt more. No, it won't. That's a movie quote. I'm a little bit of a movie lover. So anyway, we're going to be taking a look at the Shackleton series. Now, this is a prototype. I forgot to put that on the thumbnail, and I probably should have, but I forgot to. But this is a prototype. The kind folks over at Escape Mail up in the Great White North decided that they would love to send me a prototype copy of their new Escape Mail series that's coming out. It's going to Kickstarter next week, I believe, on the 7th. That's what they've told me, at least. I hope everything stays on the up and up for them, and they're able to go up on the 7th like they're planning to. But this is going to Kickstarter on Tuesday, May 7th, I believe. So what is this? Well, if you've ever been to Escape Room, if you've ever done an escape room with your family or a bunch of friends or what have you, that's generally speaking what this is, except it's going to have no less than 6 episodes in it. So, and each of those episodes is basically an escape room experience. So you're going to be basically getting, if I'm understanding their model correctly, and I think I am, you're going to be basically getting 6 escape room experiences that are linked together that are based on the actual expedition, the Shackleton expedition that went down to Antarctica and tried to basically travel across the expanse of the continent. Way back in what, 14? Yeah, 1914. So a long time ago, you know what I'm saying? This was 110 years ago. And peeps are taking a ship down to Antarctica, walking across, and there you have it. Well, travel to 1914 and join Ernest Shackleton's historic crew as you survive the harsh landscape of Antarctica in this 6-episode interactive puzzle adventure, the Shackleton series. Okay, so basically what I would like to do first of all is show you their Kickstarter page that they have reserved. I do have that. Great White North reminds me of Bob and Doug McKenzie. Take off, eh? Those were great skits. I love those. Love those skits. Loved Strange Brew, the movie. It was amazing. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at their Kickstarter page. We'll take a couple of things. We'll look at a couple of things there, and then we'll also be taking a look at their actual web page as well. So here is the actual reserved Kickstarter. You can actually see here that they have a notify me on launch, so you can click that, and that will let us know exactly when they actually launch. But like I said, they're planning on doing that on May 7th. So coming soon, solve your way through a true survival story 6-episode puzzle game that blends escape rooms and board games with historical fiction. And we'll get into that in just a few minutes. But wanted to click on the actual project creator here. So Paul Harvey is the guy. Escape Mail, mobile escape exists to awaken wonder. We create engaging escape room games and puzzles for all ages, beginning with the live escape games in 2016 and play-at-home games in 2020. We've now created over 20 games enjoyed by over 100,000 people around the world. So this is their first created Kickstarter. However, they've been doing this for a while now. So we're talking about 8 years in the escape game business. So I think they know what they're doing. We'll take a look at their website as well. So their website here, escape room in an envelope. So these are some various bundles that they have available on their website right now. Their new themed adventure is the Shinobi the Ninja Scroll, now available. Get yourself a copy of our newest game. So it gives you an idea of what this stuff looks like as you go into. And if you look at it, the components are not chintzy. And I say that because I want to make sure you understand that this is not some... You get a little box of cardboard stuff and paper and all that kind of stuff. I mean, all that is in there, yeah, but just understand that this is kind of like the next cut, as far as what I can tell. Then you also have the start an adventure from the beginning. This is like, I can't remember what they call it, the Family Secrets or something to that effect, the Family Secret series. So they have these two series here, and then they also have where you can basically you subscribe to it, and they send you something new every month, I think, which I think that's pretty awesome as well. But anyway, I just wanted to give you an idea of what's going on here, because you can see that it's some pretty cool stuff. So just giving you an idea of what you can expect and what we're going at here, that kind of gives you an idea of where we're coming from here. All right, and that's pretty much all I'm really wanting to do. Well, some of them survived. Right. Well, some of them had to survive, right? So you want to try to be one of the ones that did survive. UPS stores are franchises, so mileage may vary. Yeah, I know. But here, the one that we go to in Wenatchee is the one that also works with USPS store. The one that's in East Wenatchee, which is literally like 2 miles away, they don't, apparently. But anyway, that it is what it is. We got it all handled out, got it all out this morning. You'll get it here in a few days. Nuno might have to wait a little bit longer. Portugal is quite far. So yes, you are correct. Yay, free stuff is correct. So that's basically what we're talking about here. We're going to talk about the Shackleton series. And this is a prototype. I want to make sure that's absolutely clear, so that you know, the actual design, the actual components, and all that kind of stuff might change between now and full production. All right. So let's go ahead and get down to the table, and we will start the actual review. All right. So when you open this box, this is the envelope that you find in the middle. Again, prototype, prototype, prototype. But this is the envelope that you find in the middle in the game. Now, once they get everything done, I want you to kind of see here, there are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes, and a refill kit is probably going to be coming in the mail, in with it as well, so that you can use it multiple times. He has emailed me a couple of information. Let me double check that real quick because I don't want to tell you something that is false. So let me go to my email real quick and just get that information. Because my brain, I don't trust my brain. I do not trust my brain at all. Let's see here. Okay. So, there is going to be a refill kit. The pieces that will be included in the refill kit will be noted in the contents on the flap of the envelope so that all pledge levels, so people will know which ones they can freely mark up and which ones you probably shouldn't mark up. Then there's a couple of other tidbits of information that are in there as well. But let's go ahead and get into this, all right? So if you open up the envelope, well, let's do this first. I'm just excited to get to the envelope, folks. All right, so it comes with a quick start guide, first of all. And the quick start guide basically just gives you the instructions on how to play. Look at it as kind of like a rule book because generally speaking, it's a puzzle adventure. So you're going to be solving puzzles. But how you log your answers and all of that kind of stuff, there is some instruction that's needed there. And there are also some encouragements here to explore the contents of the box, familiarize yourself with them, how you can find clues. There is a companion app, and I'll show that to you in a little bit as well, how you're going to solve mysteries, and then you can refill it and pass it on if you wish, or run other people through it. A little bit of a advertisement for the other stuff that they have available. But you get the idea here. How to play is you gather friends, you get a pencil and a piece of paper, you get a connected device for that companion app, you go through the game overview, and you listen to the letters from Cousin JJ, and then you can possibly use an optional flow card, or you can try the expert version of it and just try to go through it yourself. So as you open up the envelope, the first flap has a letter. And this is just basically Cousin JJ telling you, hey, I picked up some pretty interesting historical documents. I wanted to pass them along to you. They look a little bit like it's going to be interesting to get into and to figure out and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you can help me. That's basically what's going on here. This is that flow card that you can take out of this. But if you want standard, you use the flow card. So basically you turn this over. I don't want to show it to you, but you turn it over. It gives you hints on where you need to go, how you need to start figuring out the puzzles, and so forth and so on. For the expert level, though, you can basically just try to do it without this card and just try to start figuring things out and piecing it together. So then we open up another flap here, and you have an overview. So you're going to talk about all of the contents that are here, how much time you can expect, required resources is a pen and piece of paper, how many people, 12, and it also gives you that little QR code there that I am going to scan with my phone. So let me go to my camera, bing, and put it on photo. It is on photo. So we will do that right there. All right, and then that brings up this little thing right here, which is a web-based companion, all right? It's not an app that you have to download. It just, you scan the QR code, it takes you directly to the companion. We'll have that sit there for just a few moments. All right, here, it kind of explains to you how you're going to have to fill in answers and all that kind of stuff, the flow card and all that kind of thing. Time saver, you can skip blue pages if you want to. I didn't. I'm a stickler for theme, so I read the story pages, but the puzzle pages are the red ones, and those are what you'll have to use to actually figure out the puzzles. And then it gives you this little historical accuracy thing, and so it's pretty close to being factual, but there is some wiggle room there. So you again open it up again, and you have this right here. Let me go ahead and move that over here. Well, let's move this up here for right now. And basically you get kind of all of the different stuff that comes in the game. Now, these, you have some red string that you're going to be using. You also have a whole bunch of animal tiles that you're going to be using for one of the puzzles, but those are out here as well. And then you have some delineations for headings, so you're going to have to make a little bit of a table or some such thing. So we'll put that over here like this. You have a telegram from none other than Winston Churchill, for crying out loud. Then you have a supply list, different things that are going on here. Then you have some journal entries from Mr. Shackleton himself. And so that gives you kind of a pretty cool idea of what's going on here. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, just like that. So there are 8 pages of journal entries here, and this is just regular paper that's been printed. It's nothing, spectacular, but again, remember it's just a prototype. But that's pretty cool. Those are these. This says it's a story page. Story page, story page, story page. But here we go. Look, that now is a puzzle page here. You're going to have to use this page to solve some of the stuff, and so is the back one, and so are these two as well. So that gives you an idea of what those are looking for. Now, you also have this big old thing here, and it is basically a map of Antarctica on one side. And this is, I guess, supposedly, something that was possibly made, or a replica of something that was possibly made by the expedition. But it's going to have some different clues on it and so forth. And then on the other side of the map, more clues, a grid to use to figure out clues and all of that kind of stuff as well. So again, I'm not keeping this stuff out there very long because I don't want you to spoil yourself too much. There's also a embroidered patch. Now, one of the things that they did tell me about the embroidered patch is that the embroidered patch is going to be a stretch goal for their Kickstarter. The one that is basically planned for now is a screen printed patch, but it will have an embroidered border around the outside. But for right now, this one's just going to be screen printed. But the embroidered patch is a stretch goal, so keep an eye out for that. But this is this is an actual patch. You can actually put this onto something if you want to afterwards. All right, so at that point you can flip everything open, and you have a whole lot of stuff going on here. And again, I'm just going to put this stuff out here so that you see all of the contents of the actual box. And this is just one episode of the 6 that are going to be coming in this series. So basically, if I can explain just a tad bit about what's going on here, well, let's do this, shall we? Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to hit start. I'm hoping that, okay, so this is basically just letting you check to make sure you have all of those contents. Once you make sure you have all of the contents, you'll hit next. Are you ready? All right, sure, let's start the game.
Cousin, have you ever had a mysterious envelope dropped into your lap by a long-lost relative? Well, I have, and I'm passing it on to you. What you have in front of you are recreations of actual historical artifacts from the famous 1914 Imperial Trans-Antarctic Expedition led by Ernest Shackleton. Now, let's take a dive into the frozen Antarctic wild and uncover the secrets of their survival and solve our way through this epic true story. Are you ready? Let's dive in.
Okay, so at that point we would hit next. And now, normally what's going to happen, my phone is being super stupid today, and it's not playing the music. But that music that you heard going on in the background while Cousin JJ was talking to us, that would actually continue to play if your device is working properly. Mine is not because it's stupid. Now, each one of these represents the 5 different puzzles that you're going to have to figure out, and then there's another meta puzzle that you'll have to figure out in order to come to the correct answer to finish the thing. As you note up here, the app will keep a running time for you as you're going through the game as well, so it will actually mark your time as well. I did it by myself, and I got it done in 2 hours and 13 minutes. With a lot of help. I'll show you how the hints and all that kind of stuff happen in just a few minutes. But the rest of my family, Jess and two of the kids, my son was with his mom, they went through it and got it done in about an hour and 45 minutes. So basically what you can do here is each of these puzzles are going to denote a 5-word answer or a 5-letter answer, and you have to figure out what that answer is. If you need help with any of them, though, you can come down here and it'll give you hints. Well, what puzzle are you talking about? Well, stupid. I'm just messing stuff up because I'm doing this backwards. All right, hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. So, if we're having problems with the coastline one, well, we can come in here with the coastline, and it shows you that there are 2 steps. And if you want hints, you can go with step 1. You can go with the small hint, and any of these things, and so forth and so on. And then once you get to step 2, you can open up step 2, and it also has a small hint, a medium hint, a big hint. And it actually, if you are super stuck, it'll actually show you the solution as well. So they've really done a pretty cool job, and that's the same wherever you go. By hitting this little marker here, you can do that, and if you close this, it'll go back, and then you can go back here to where the hints are for all of the different things. So in this one episode, you have 6 puzzles that you have to figure out before you can come with the answer at the end of the game. So that's pretty much what it goes, and I'm sorry, but I don't think I can show you too much more, because if I do, it might spoil something for you, and I super don't want to do that, because I super don't want to be that guy that walks into an escape room and says, you don't know the answer's right here. You know, that kind of thing. Kabuki Kid is here. Hello, hello. Winston was Secretary of the Navy, I believe. Yep. I can't even imagine dealing with the unreal cold down there. I know, right? That is super weird. Anyway, what you're basically going to be doing is figuring out a puzzle. Each puzzle, a couple of the puzzles are independent, but you have to use all of the puzzles basically in a way, shape, or form in order to get the correct answer at the end of the game. And once you have one of the things that you do in that app that I was showing you is that you can enter in your answers. It will tell you if you're right. It will tell you if you're wrong. And if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure, but it might even keep some of the letters that you have correct in some of your answers. So there is that. It'll help you as much as you can. It'll help you as much as you want it to help you, which I think is a really cool thing. You can keep it challenging. You know, sometimes when games give you hints, sometimes they give you too much. Like, well, thanks for spelling it out for me. I just wanted a hint to push me or nudge me in the right direction. And that's exactly what I think these hints do. They simply, you know, those small hints will just say, all right, you know, kind of think down this avenue. All right, I've showed you 15 different avenues. Try these 3. You know, that kind of thing. So I think the hints, the way they did the hints in the web-based app is a great addition to the game. I am a fan of app-assisted content or app-assisted board games or app-assisted games anyway, as long as most of the game isn't played on the app. I like it when they help you score. I like it when they provide ambiance music. I like it when they provide actors reading parts of the game and all that kind of stuff. This doesn't do that, but I like it when apps do that. So this kind of app-assisted or web companion assisted game, I really did enjoy it. I really liked it a lot. Now, I am not that much of a puzzly person in and of myself. When I go to an escape room, I am usually the one that will kind of observe what's going on. And when I'm doing that, sometimes I can see where two things might meet. And that's when I kind of speak up and I start saying, "Hey, well, I think these two things might be related here. Let's look at that." And then, that provides somebody else with a little bit more of an idea of where they were supposed to be going with figuring out their puzzle or whatever. So that's kind of what I do. So when I went through this by myself, it took me the full 2 hours and then some. And I had to use a lot of the hints on a couple of the puzzles. But once I got those down and I kind of got the vein within which the puzzles were moving, I started to be able to figure out some of the other ones a little bit easier, but I still needed to use some of those hints. But that's just me. And that's one of the reasons why I liked how they did the hints with small hints, medium hints, large hints. Okay, here's the solution if you need it. That kind of thing, because you never felt stuck. That's one of the things that I always hear from people when I talk to them about escape rooms. They say, "I don't want to do that because I don't want to get stuck in a room forever." And I have to tell them, you're only going to be there for an hour, generally speaking. Usually after the hour, they come and they help you. They unlock the door. They help you figure out the rest of the puzzle, all that kind of stuff. So you're never stuck. And that's one of the things that I like about this. Even though you're not in an escape room, there's still that danger or that perceived danger that I'm just going to get stuck and I'm not going to know what to figure out or how to figure it out or anything like that. And then I'm just going to be disappointed. No, that's not the case. They've made it to where you will be able to figure out the puzzles, and they've made it to where how much help you get from them is limited to what you want, not what they give you. They don't give you too much at one time. So I really did like that. The fact that this is based on history was one of the things that initially got me interested in this. I love historical things. Now I'm not a fanatic of history. I can't rattle off a bunch of dates and events and match them up for you. I can't do that necessarily. I don't know everybody's name in history. I'm not that kind of history person, but I love things that are connected to history. And that's what really kind of opened this up for me. And I was super honored that they would send it to me. Another thing that I liked about this is that the puzzles that they have in here are not all just cranial puzzles. Sometimes people can sit there and just stare at something and then go, "Oh, I got it. Okay." And I'm like, "Great. Glad you enjoyed that. I have no idea what you did, and I have no excitement whatsoever." Some of these puzzles, one of the things that they said was they're taking escape rooms and board games and kind of melding them together, and that's pretty much what they've done. There are grids, there are physical things that you have to manipulate. There are, species tiles. There are this little red string that you have to use. You have to look at a cork board that has things that are put around and figure things out. You have to look at a map and figure out some of the clues that were put into the map for you. You have to read documents that were apparently sent from Winston Churchill, supply lists, journal entries. These are all really cool things that really kind of immerse you into the theme. And if you're able to put reality aside for just a few minutes, you actually kind of feel like, okay, I'm invested. I am in this. And I'm getting into this situation where we might not make it out alive. You know, and that's a pretty cool thing. Another cool thing about it is that it does have Shackleton, I believe, is the person that is responsible for that wanted ad that has gone viral. Men wanted for hazardous journey, small wages, bitter cold, long months of complete darkness, constant danger, safe return doubtful, honor and recognition in case of success. Contact Ernest Shackleton for Burlington Street. So I thought that was funny too. But anyway, the review that I'm giving here is that, is this something that you should put your money behind? Well, I can't. I feel, okay, well, hold on. Let's see here. Kabuki says, I feel so defeated when I finally resort to hints, but yeah, they are nice to have to prevent the game from becoming stuck. The historical hook is nice, yes. That poster is a strong sell. Yeah, it is. And here's the thing. I felt that way as well, but I've just reached to the point where I expect not to be able to figure some of these things out because I'm not a puzzly person. But I really enjoy the experience of trying to figure the puzzles out with other people. Now, I say that, but I do want to say that I really enjoyed myself. I was able to sit down one morning while everybody else was out of the house. Didn't really have anything else to do because it's normally when we are doing our live Q&A with Jess. Jess had to take Dante to a performance. So I was just basically at home alone, and I was like, all right, I got my cup of coffee, sat down, we're going to do this. And I had a blast. And it was like I felt like Indiana Jones trying to figure out how to get the Holy Grail out of that temple. That's what it felt like, you know? And that's really cool. When a bunch of paper that's been printed on a couple of little trinkets can make you feel that way. That's a really cool thing. So, and it's unfortunately, it's not something that I can put a dollar value on because will you have as much fun as I did? I don't know. I hope you would because I hope you enjoy life. But the idea is that can I tell you to go out and purchase this? I don't know that I can because I don't know how you value money. And I don't know if it's the same way that I value money. But what I can say is that I really enjoyed my time with the Shackleton series. And I think it's worthy of, at the very least, you going out and checking out their Kickstarter. Now, this is their first Kickstarter. I can't get past that. So there's no track record that we can look at as far as Kickstarters are concerned. And with that being said, we all know that Kickstarters in the past have been hit or miss. But what I can do is I can say this product is something that I think you should, at the very least, go take a look at. I can't tell you how to spend your money. I can't promise you that it's going to deliver, but I can say the track record that is there. They've been in the escape room business since 2016. That's 8 years. They've been doing home, play at home since 2020. That's 4 years. They do have a lot of people that have rated their stuff. You can go check out those reviews. You can do a lot of stuff to do whatever it is that you need to do to make yourself feel more comfortable about backing it. I can't tell you to back it, but what I can say is that the prototype they sent me was super fun. I enjoyed it. Jess and Daphne and Dante super enjoyed it as well when I let them go through it. And I was basically just allowing them to do everything. And then when they needed help, when they needed hints, I would read the hints from the web companion app for them. That's all I really did. So I was able to see it gone through twice. And it's interesting because I went through it in a completely different order than they went through it. And that's a cool thing because both groups were able to come to the same conclusion in totally different routes. And I thought that was cool as well. The first one was last year for Shinobi the Ninja Scroll. That's correct. It is our second Kickstarter. Okay, Paul, I apologize. We looked on the... thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you for being here. We were looking on the site, and it just says that this is the first created one. So I don't know if you created it under a different name last year or what it was. I apologize for that misinformation. But the Shinobi Scrolls one, now that I think about it, I did know that that was Kickstarted. I apologize. I don't like competitive puzzle or deduction games as I want to solve it myself. Oh, that's funny. Well, Matthew, you know, the thing is that this isn't a competitive game. It is definitely a cooperative game. You are working together to find the answer all at once. It's not like you can, if you find it first, then you're the winner. There is nothing like that. You're all working together to try to solve the puzzles. Love escape room games, so this is my style. Very cool. You can always do this solo if you want, I'm sure. You absolutely can. That's what I just got through talking about. I did it solo myself, and then I took Jess and the kids, the two kids, through it on another day. So you can play it with a bunch of friends. You can play, I mean, the box says 1 to 4. I guess, I don't know why the cap would be at 4. Unless it's a space type thing, because I can see how if you have more than 4 people at a table, it'll get a little bit, you know, crowded, I guess is the best way to say it. People will want to look at this thing at the same time, and you're like going back and forth and all that kind of stuff. So maybe 4 is just a spatial thing, but I would imagine any number of people could tackle this at the same time. From my personal experience, 4 seems like a good cap for board game escape rooms. Yeah, too many cooks. Yeah, I get it. But generally speaking, I think any number of people could do it, but I definitely understand how 4 would be a cap for a comfort, you know, a spatial need. So that is basically my review of the Shackleton series. How many thumbs am I going to give this up? I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed this game. I really, really, really enjoyed it. Now, I've enjoyed escape rooms in the past. I've only been to a few of them. I've been to an American Revolution themed one in Philadelphia. I've been to a sci-fi alien themed one in Florida. I've been to another one in up in Leavenworth. It's a German themed one. Some cook and you're trying to find his recipe or something like that of some German restaurant. And so I've been to a number of different ones, not at all a prolific escape roomer or anything like that, but I do enjoy it. I've enjoyed the Unlock series. I've enjoyed a lot of the other ones. There was another one called Seventh Sea that was put out by Board and Dice. That was really fun. I just did a review of that a few weeks ago. So I've been doing it a lot more recently, and this one was the historical thing is a really, really cool thing. One of my favorite escape rooms to date is the American Revolution one that I did up in Philly, and for much the same reasons as why I like this one so much. The fact that it's related so closely to history, and they have tried, and I use that word specifically because I don't know all the details about the expedition. I don't know all of the historical facts that are there, but it's very clear that they have been trying to stick to what accuracies are there. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool indeed. The more people, the more frozen meals for when time gets tough. That's actually, I think, one of the things that they talked about in the journal entries, because they found a stowaway on the ship, on the Endurance, and they told him that he was going to be the first one to get eaten if rations fell short. So that's actually pretty funny. But I hope that you get the vibe that I'm throwing out here. At the very least, I think you need to go check out the Shackleton series Kickstarter campaign that's going to be opening on Tuesday, May 7th. I've got the link in the description for that landing page so that you can go and click that button, and they can notify you when they actually do go live, so you can go and check out all the things that they are going to have to offer you. But generally speaking, what it's going to be is a box very similar to this, and it's going to have no less than 6 episodes in it. And if this is a template, each episode will have something in the neighborhood of 6 puzzles for you to figure out each episode, with each episode being about an hour to 2 hours. So, yep, that looks like what it is, because on the box here it says 8 to 12 hours altogether for all 6 episodes. So, hopefully that gives you an idea. Thank you, Kabuki Kid, for putting that in there. I appreciate it, so that people don't have to go to the description, but you can go to the description if you wish. But keep that in mind. I think that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to rattle them off at me, and I'll do my best to answer. If Paul Harvey is still here, I'm sure he'd be willing to answer any questions that you might have as well. But I'll chill and take a drink so I can take care of my throat for a little bit. Warm coffee. Yeah. But this will stay up. I like how much content there apparently is. I was very impressed with the contents of one episode. I was very impressed. If they get anywhere near this with the other 5 episodes, I will be very pleasantly pleased. Verbosity. Redundant. Happy to answer any questions, Paul says. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Paul. But we don't have a lot of viewers right now, but that is okay. If you have anything, it's a website, right? Not an app. Yes, it is a website. The QR code takes you to a website companion. It's not an app that you have to download. The digital portion is simply a website. Yep. Website is guaranteed to be up for some period of time, I'm sure. Question mark. Interesting. I missed it. When does it launch? I believe, and it will remain up indefinitely, answering to Kabuki Kid. Yes, I believe their launch date right now is May 7th, which is this coming Tuesday. There we go. This coming Tuesday. And as I said before, I believe I do have a, in the comments, yep, I've got the Shackleton series on Kickstarter. I've got that link there. I've got the Escape Mail's website link there. And so that is all ready to go, and it's all in the description of the video. So it is good to go, I think. But that is that for the review. I don't think there's going to be too many more questions here, but you need to go check this out, people. Period. End of discussion. I'm giving it 2 thumbs up. Super enjoyed it, and I hope that Paul and everybody over at Escape Mail has a super successful campaign, and they can continue doing this long into the future. I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great idea. It's a great way for families to spend time together without everybody being glued to a device or a TV. That's one of the cool things about it as well, because that's exactly what we were able to do as a family. And I can see friends getting together for a themed, puzzle night. Dinner in a puzzle, dinner in an escape room in a box, something like that. I can definitely see that happening. So it's just a great opportunity. It's a great one. You're very welcome, Paul. And again, I'm not saying that just because you're here. I'm saying that because I really did enjoy the game. I really did enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing everything that's offered on Tuesday. So we're going to get on out of here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate, Paul, you taking the time to be here and answer questions for the listeners. And we'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care. Bye-bye.